What's up, everyone? Welcome to the 519th episode of the Pokemon Podcast. It's super effective. I'm your host, Steve. With me is Greg.
Hello, hello, hello. It's a lovely, burning hot weekend, in theory, because we're doing this on a Friday. Starting off Pride weekend in the right way. It's 98 degrees, so therefore you should be wearing no clothing.
We know it's Pride because there's a community day tomorrow.
Yep. Absolutely rude.
Will is also here.
And according to Steve and Greg, I am a toxic work environment. So
Correct.
You get what you pay for.
I am just reporting what the rumors say.
I love rumors. We have a bunch of little Pokemon news to go through today. Just sprinkling a bunch of stuff here and there. I did get back from the Milwaukee Regionals, and as we're recording this, the North America International Championships are happening, which if you have been to a Regionals and then you look at the footage of the North America International Championships, there's a big difference in production value. They definitely care about their ICs more than their. It's fine. I had a great time at regionals. Maybe we could talk about that for a little bit. I think though the news we will start off with is news that is no longer relevant, unfortunately, but would have been nice to know. I don't know if the Pokemon Company ever gave us like a week heads up of any of these events. And I'm pretty sure I said last week on the podcast, I said, I'm going to end up going to Milwaukee and some new raid event thing is going to happen. And it did. And it was actually a pretty cool raid event. And I could not participate because I was doing tournaments and I was traveling and I was in a hotel room. But there was a reason for this. This was June 17th, Challenge Gigantamax Urshifu in Max Raid Battles. Until June 19th, until 5 o'clock PDT, Gigantamax Urshifu Single Strike and Gigantamax Urshifu Rapid Strike will appear in raid dens more often. Although the Wushu Pokemon won't give you a chance to catch them, you will be rewarded with valuable items you normally don't receive from Max Raid Battles. The valuable items were actually really good. It gave you like one of every Apricorn ball per battle, and it gave you a bunch of XL and large experience candy, and also a bunch of Dynite ore and Armorite ore. Like incredible rewards.
Okay, so this was in Sword and Shield.
Yes.
All right, because when you say raids, I immediately think Pokemon GO.
Oh, sorry. Yeah. This was in Sword and Shield. The Wushu Pokemon. So the reason that Urshifu was in raid battles, the lore reason was it was to celebrate the 2 years. It has been 2 years since the Isle of Armor has come out. That is insane to think about.
Seems about right.
I know. It's like that's the passage of time. That's what we do here. We exist in
Time is a blur.
4 dimensions.
So yeah, it was pretty much all the promoted raids were 100% Urshifu. There was no, it could be shiny, but again, you couldn't catch these Pokemon.
Catch it.
And unlike there was the Zero Aura raid event, and the shiny Zero Aura was tougher. It was like designed that way. This was just probably them forgetting to turn off the shiny. Not that it mattered, but what incredible rewards. Like what? I'm so mad I missed this raid event weekend. Literally, you're getting one of every Apricorn. You're getting a bunch of XL candy, a bunch of Dynite or a bunch of Armorite or you didn't have to like waste wishing pieces resetting because you were just hitting these to like burn through them with friends. And again, I just no heads up.
You always got a choice band.
And you always got a choice. You need those choice bands.
I have like 3 of them now because I did 3 raids.
Does this mean that they're going to do something to celebrate the 2-year anniversary of Crown Tundra? I don't know. Is this going to come back? Maybe. Are they still done with raid?
All the Galarian birds, but they won't be catchable.
You know, that's probably what they'll do, honestly.
I mean, It was the big thing that happened, right?
Yeah, I was thinking like what Pokemon would they feature, but yeah, it would probably be the birds. Yeah, good call. They're still not done with raid events. This is a brand like I thought at this point we'd be coasting to Scarlet and Violet with repeat raid events, but this was a brand new one.
Kind of coasting.
True.
It was a cool event, though.
It was a good event. I mean, the rewards were good. You couldn't catch it, though. And the amount of people that were bitter about it not being catchable were numerous.
Yeah, I mean, that was the same for Mewtwo. But the Mewtwo, I thought the Mewtwo raids were so fun. And the Zero Aura raids I thought were fun, too.
Of the ones that I did, they were fun. But again, every time I go back to Sword and Shield and I try to use the Wycom, I get so mad.
Yeah, it's
so bad.
It's not great.
You're not wrong.
Oh, it's so frustrating.
That's why they didn't add any multiplayer in Legends, because then you couldn't complain about it.
Yeah, there are other things to complain about.
Okay, well, that raid event happened. I hope they repeat it, maybe in the future.
I hope they do more, because, I mean, again, you're giving away things at the end of the game's life that are just, like, here, have all the things at the end. Thanks for your patience. You'll never use them, but here you go.
We can talk about regionals real quick, and this is off Pokemon.com. The 2022 Pokemon TCG World Championship card restrictions and 2023 rotation information. Here's your TCG news for the week. Some cards will not be permitted in the competition at the 2022 World Championships. So some cards from Sword and Shield series were not distributed worldwide. In the spirit of fair global event, the following cards will not be legal for the 2022 Pokemon TCG World Championships. All right, listen up here. These are the cards you are not allowed to use. First off, Special Delivery Pikachu. It was a Black Star promo. You can only get it from the U.S. Pokemon Center. I have one. Last I checked, they were worth $400. I doubt they're worth that much now. There is Lance's Charizard V. That would have been, I believe, from Celebrations. Dark Sylveon V. Special Delivery Bidoof. That was also from the Pokemon Center during Bidoof Day.
Is Bidoof, that Bidoof card, good enough to people who are like, this is...
None of these cards are good. None of these cards are good.
I'm not allowed to use this card.
Eevee on a Ball. That was from the Pokemon Football collection that I believe was exclusive to Europe. Football meaning like soccer for our American listeners.
Meaning soccer.
Soccer. Eevee on a Ball, Grookey on the ball, Scorbunny on the ball, and Sobble on the ball. All of those European football cards are banned. For the last few years, the Pokemon TCG Standard Formation Rotation. It was format rotation, but I do like formation rotation. I think that sounds good.
That's like a Beyonce lyric right there.
Has occurred usually that happens in August or September. However, the next rotation will not occur until early 2023. This means cards with the D regulation mark, the letter D, the big old D, not the lucky D. That's what I got in Pokemon Go, unknown lucky D. Cards with the D regulation mark can be used until 2022 TCG World Championships. The newest expansion that will be legal the newest expansion that will be legal for play at this event will be the Pokemon TCG Pokemon Go expansion. The exact date for the standard format rotation will be announced later. They don't even have a date yet. As stated in the 2022 Pokemon TCG Championship Series format rotation article, when the next rotation occurs, all cards with the D regulation mark will be removed from standard format. That's a lot. Who knows what they're doing? This This sounds like a hot mess for the TCG. It really throwing a wrench. Like, I know a lot of people are bummed that special delivery Bidoof cannot be played. I don't think that was
I had
going
a
to...
deck built around it.
Yeah, I don't think that was going to win Worlds, but man, these...
You don't know. It's going to be a Pachirisu situation.
No, that doesn't happen in the TCG. Only VGC.
Now with that attitude. Okay.
Speaking of...
Where is this D on these cards?
It should be in the lower left-hand corner where the set number
very
is.
Small print, tiny print.
Oh, I see it.
I don't
That is
have
a
any
little D.
English cards in front of me.
That's too bad.
Let me check for any D's here. This one has an E. This Peonia. I don't know how to say her name.
How is it spelled?
Peonia. She's from the Crown Tundra.
Like even played the Crown Tundra. Peonia.
You know, we were right about Will being toxic earlier.
Don't poke that bear.
The next set coming out is called...
Look, if it was voted that I'm not a bear, you're not a bear either.
Oh, I certainly am not a bear. I was using an idiomatic expression about what will happen.
Bring it to the book.
Look. Also, I said a website, not a book.
Just sell your book. You said you're at a website to promote your book.
I
about
don't think
phrases
those are the
people
words
don't
that I
use anymore.
used.
I don't think we're sponsored by Squarespace.
Judge. Some people didn't even hear that ad.
It was a good ad.
They had to listen to horrible music that gets thrown in when you don't get to hear the wonderful ads.
It's a lose-lose, really.
Basically.
Sword and Shield Lost Origin. This is the next TCG set coming out. It's coming out on September 9th. As the boundary between dimensions tear apart, Giratina V-Star plunges into the world, into the abyss shadow of the Lost Zone. Are you coming back, Will? The Lost Zone is back.
No, I never played Lost Zone.
Be wary of the Lost Zone's power. Oh, wait, did Greg just ask what the Lost Zone was?
Yeah. The Lost Zone?
That's the TCG.
I can tell you right here. Unlike the discard pile, cards sent here cannot be recovered. While Aerodactyl's V-Star harness has this distorted power, Magnezone, Drapion, Hisuian Gudra, and Hisuian Zoroark also appear as Pokemon V-Stars to show off their astonishing skills, joined by Kyurem VMAX. Above the shadows, Enamorous V and Radiant Gardevoir conjure up dazzling magic in Sword and Shield Lost Origin. 190 cards, 3 new Radiant Pokemon, 6 awesome Pokemon V, 14 powerful V, and 1 enormous Pokemon V Max. 30 cards with special trainer art. They're doing the trainer gallery subset again. 30 cards this time. This should be the English Roselia that you were looking for, Greg. And more than 15 trainer cards will be available again on September 9th.
Hey, Will.
Yes, sir?
Is the Lost Zone Exile?
Yes, sir.
Okay, got it.
Is it the Shadow Realm and
No,
Yu-Gi-Oh?
Shadow Realm you can sometimes get out of if you know the combo, but...
Oh, okay. Got it. We need to make sure we hit our once episode Yu-Gi-Oh quota.
Oh, I've got something to say about that.
I am thinking, you know, Pokemon card prices have gone down. Fluctuated down. Usually, though, sometimes there are sets that are mechanical based. I think a really good set that is mechanical based was Battle Styles. But those sets are also sometimes it's both, but those sets don't really have like really go-to expensive cards. And this looks like a set that doesn't have anything super expensive standing out, at least from what they're featuring. Like Magnezone, Drapion, Hisuian Gudra, Hisuian Zoroark probably going to be the most expensive card, just based off what they're promoting, I'm sure if I went to the Japanese list and looked at all the cards, maybe there's a standout. Zoroark in the past always has been usually a staple card, always usually very good.
But this is Hisuian Zoroark.
That's true, but I'm not seeing any Charizards. I'm not seeing any Pikachus. They're reintroducing the Lost Zone. So just like Battle Styles introducing Rapid Strike and Single Strike, I can't remember what they were called. Rapid Styles, maybe it was just called Rapid Styles Single Style.
Yeah, I think it was Rapid Style and Single Strike. I didn't play this game.
It doesn't seem like this is like a set that you're buying and then you're trying to like flip cards out of. But who knows?
And also, what you meant to say was sets that are mechanic based.
Yes,
based on a mechanic, not mechanical. They're
based on a mechanic.
They're not robot cards.
Could be.
Is there a Transformers TCG? There has to be, right?
There is.
It's canceled. There was. I have a box of it. Right? Like I'm literally pointing to my Optimus Prime box right up there. Or whoever it was. Maybe it was Bumblebee. I don't know.
Optimus B.
But I mean, what you're saying makes sense, because if a set is based around a certain mechanic, then the cards included in it aren't sufficiently versatile to be included in sets that aren't driven off of that same mechanic.
Yeah, there. It looks like there is a Cramorant that has to do with the Lost Zone, so that's pretty exciting. Probably won't be good, but Cramorant getting another card. I think I've missed every format that was Lost Zone based. I think when I came into the TCG around Black and White, it wasn't. I did come into the TCG around Black and White. Lost Zone was getting rotated out from the Heart Gold Soul Silver era. And then I want to say they introduced the Lost Zone again. Was that near the end of Black 2, White 2, or sometime in X and Y, where I quit? I stopped playing.
It must have been X and Y, because there was no Lost Zone any time that I was playing.
Because you played a little bit longer than I did.
I only played into X and Y.
Yeah, I played
X and Y.
I played until Plasma Freeze, and then I came back for maybe 1 or 2 X and Y tournaments. And I don't remember any Lost Zone in the Sun and Moon series. But anyways, they've had Lost Zone a couple times on and off, so some people like it, some people don't. It is definitely a mechanic, that's for sure.
I mean, some things you can't get rid of unless it says put it into exile, so I get it. When Will has his horrible things out that can't be destroyed,
look,
you have to send them to exile.
That's not how Pokemon works.
I went to the Milwaukee Regionals. I've been to probably 20 plus regionals. Almost all of them were TCG focused, although the TCG and the VGC are in the same hall. So it's not like that's that much different. You're either going to the left-hand side or the right-hand side. I will say, though, even as a TCG player, I would have friends or acquaintances doing the VGC, and it always seemed like it was just as much of a mess as it was the TCG. And this was easily the smoothest tournament I've ever been to. We were supposed to start at 9. There was 216 people who signed up for the Masters, and 183 of them actually showed up, which is, travel happens, plans change, people get sick. And it was 8 rounds, which is a lot of rounds to play the video game, best 2 out of 3. We were supposed to start at 9. Of course, a handful of people were not ready because you had to set up some weird LAN mode on your Switch. And so we started at 9:20. We had a lunch break right at 1 o'clock. That went to 2 o'clock. I did what I did what I did that I told myself I would never do. I will never wait for anyone else in the entire world for my lunch break. As soon as I'm done with that match, I'm getting lunch. I'm not waiting for you. I can't depend on how long you're taking. I need to eat. I got more matches in the day. Everyone is on their own for lunch break. In the past, I would always wait for people. It would never work. Too many people trying to get a table. Just everyone's on their own for lunch. It worked out for me. I got lunch. I talked to Greg during my lunch break. It was great. And then I went back and did 4 more matches.
I see. I see. Okay. Noted. And I'm the toxic work environment. Okay.
I was fielding the HR complaints, Will. I work in HR.
Yeah, well, we already also discussed HR is there for the business, not for the employee.
Yes. It was a very smooth tournament. It was great. I had a good time. For people ask, they say, like, is it worth going to a regionals if you're not competing? And that's kind of a hard question because I think the answer is unless you live in that city or maybe an hour away, I think the answer is no. There are stages. They did have a Pogo stage. They did have a TCG stage. They did have a VGC stage. They had, 20, 30 chairs sitting in front so you could watch, and they had TVs so you could watch. And they had, at the regional level, they have vendors. So this case, they had 4 vendors. They were all TCG vendors, and some of them had plushes or Japanese import goods, like some of those toys you can only get in Japan. Everything there is overpriced, of course, but they're not huge vendors, right? Like you go to the vendor aisle, and there's 4 of them, and unless you like to buy single cards or sell cards, they're pretty limited in what they have merchandise-wise. So you can pretty much see all of that within maybe 20 minutes. And there are side events, and that depends if you like to do side events or not. But that's pretty much it. That's kind of all there is to it. So, if you're in the area, I think it's worth probably going and maybe seeing the finals. But you can, now that everything is almost streamed on Twitch or YouTube, you can just watch those matches in the comfort of your own home and hear the commentators and not worry about being around people if you're antisocial. At a international level, like if you were to go to Ohio this past weekend, they do have an official Pokemon Center, and it's pretty large. I don't know if I'm sure they have side events. I know for sure they have side events, but I don't know if there's anything more to that. There is like the nice thing now that Pokemon GO has existed, because I've been to regionals and I've been to worlds without Pokemon GO, but now that Pokemon GO has existed, you see the whole venue normally lit up with lures. Usually if there's raids, people are jumping in because you're just surrounded by Pokemon fans. So in that instance, it's nice, but I had a good time. There was a bunch of people that came up and asked if Will and Greg were there. I was like, no, they're not. But there were so many people that came up and said they loved the podcast. So if you stopped me, I'm sorry if I'm sorry if I was getting pulled in every direction. I tried to say hi to everyone and try to talk to people. Sometimes I would like start talking to somebody, and then somebody would tap my shoulder, and I would turn around and I would say hi, and then I would turn back around and that person would be gone. And I get it because everyone's trying to like run to their matches and get their stuff done. But I do really appreciate everyone who like said hello or said they liked the podcast. It meant a lot. Unfortunately, had to cancel my plans to Ohio, but that's okay. I'm sure everyone there is having a great time.
I will be in Indianapolis for Gen Con. So you can come and see me without these two.
There you go. This is just right from Joe Merrick's Twitter. I think Tone in our Slack provided this. There's a new merchandise line announced for Pokemon Center in Japan's based on evolution stones. So there's like a little, it looks like a little display case but it has like the water stone, the leaf stone, fire stone, sunstone, moonstone, thunderstone, ice stone. That's a thing, right?
Yeah.
Dawn stone, I think.
Yep.
Dusk stone and shiny stone. I think I named them all.
Yeah, good job.
So that is coming, and it looks like there are Pokemon being featured because they evolve via those stones. So like Alolan Vulpix, Lampent. I forget that Lampent evolves with the Dusk Stone. Pikachu, Clefairy, Minccino, and Petalil. Those are all Pokemon that evolve with specific stones. So, don't know if that's coming to the U.S. Maybe.
I mean, I hope so, because then I can finally get the stone I need to evolve my Pokemon. Tired of hunting in the underground. Now I can just buy it.
True.
Some other news here. This is off Nintendo Life. Pokemon Snap is now available on Switch's online expansion pack. This is you have to upgrade to the expansion pack pricing to get this. This game was originally created by Kirby developers HAL Laboratory and released on the Nintendo 64 back in 1999. Players take control of Todd Snap, a photographer who's tasked of taking photos of over 60 different Pokemon. It's actually 63. There was supposed to be 64 because it was the Nintendo 64, and then Ekans stopped working, so they cut it. Pokemon Snap
the
is
64th.
Yeah, Pokemon Snap.
No,
happens
that
to be
picture of Ekans that he won't share with anybody. That's
That's
the 64th.
Pokemon Snap happens to be the last game in the previous confirmed lineup for the Nintendo Switch's online N64 library. Japan will be getting Custom Robo and the sequel at some point. Nintendo has not yet revealed what else they can expect from the Nintendo 64 service in the future. Apart from Pokemon Snap, the most recent N64 releases were Kirby 64, The Crystal Shards in May. Pokemon Snap was previously released on the Wii Shop back in 2007 and the Wii U Shop in 2016. I'm pretty sure I bought that twice. I am almost positive I bought it on the Wii and the Wii U.
I bought it for one, and I was like, oh, yeah, this isn't great. Moving on.
It's still...
It's fun.
Yeah, it's a good game. I think it holds up. It's definitely a game that I would play once a year. I mean, you play the whole game in like a single sitting. It's not a very in-depth
game.
But is this actually convincing anyone to spend an extra $20 a year to play like a 2-hour game?
Well, no, one title is not enough. There's multiple titles.
Yeah, there's the Animal Crossing stuff.
But no, the Nintendo 64 emulator has a bunch of titles.
Yeah. But you have to...
I mean, it does.
So no, if you're only interested in one title,
No.
But if you're interested in a Nintendo 64 emulator, yes.
I think that's why that one part of the article saying, like, this was the last game they talked about. Like, what? We don't know what games are coming. Yeah. I would like to... I think for me, yeah, you're right, Will. The library is not big enough for me to say, here's an extra $20, Nintendo. I would like to play these games.
But I also get the SNES emulator and the NES emulator and the Sega emulator.
Maybe it's just me. Maybe I just don't want to play old games anymore.
I play the heck out of them old games. If you see me online playing Mother, you know where I'm playing it. Or
I don't have enough time to play
new
new games, more or less old games. Look, Monster Hunter's coming out soon, Will. Why would I play Pokemon Snap?
No, sir. The ship has sailed. You're not playing no new Monster Hunter. You already made that declaration.
I'm not playing Sunrise? Starburst? What is it called?
Sunbreak. Thank you. You said the ship has sailed on Monster Hunter.
I don't think the ship has sailed. I think that they should not release a game a day before me leaving for Germany. I think that's the problem.
What is the name of the box monster for Monster Hunter Sunbreak?
Oh, I don't know.
Save your money. You haven't even cared enough. Pay attention to the release information to know like the key monster.
I can't remember any of those monsters' names.
Rathalos.
Well, no, the box monster is usually a new monster that's introduced for that title. Its name is
It's a good guess,
Malveno.
though, Greg. You can always default to Rathalos for
True.
90% of Monster
True.
Hunter stuff.
But it's Malveno.
I mean, it's in Final Fantasy 14. I've
Mal-
fought
did you
it
say
many times.
Malvino?
Malveno.
Malveno.
It's based on a Dracula.
Makes sense. Okay. We went through the TCG stuff. We went through the... before we take a break, there was all 3 episodes of Hisuian Snow are now available on Pokemon TV and YouTube. I have not watched any of them. I was waiting for all 3 to
I
come
have
out.
watched them all.
And is it worth watching?
Oh, yeah. It's... It's not a particularly surprising storyline, but it's well done, and the animation is beautiful.
I think it was by the Attack on Titan people.
Yeah, I mean it is beautiful to look at, but like you're not going to come away profoundly changed.
In celebration that the series is over, in pairing that the thing is over, they did release a mask in Pokemon Legends Arceus that you can download for free. No code needed. You just open up Arceus, go into the mystery gift, go get via internet, and then it should sync it, and the mask should be able to be downloaded. I think the funny part about all of this is you have a full year to get this mask. 365 days. You can take your time to get this mask.
So,
Yet-
Bobby, we'll see you next year.
Yet they'll do things like, hey, you want that Darkrai? Well, you got a month. You want that Shaman? Better act fast. This mask? A whole year.
The value of the item is inversely proportional to the amount of time you have to grab it, to snatch
Correct.
it. They only gave you 3 days for all them Urshifu loots.
That's true. I just want to know who's making these decisions. Who's being like,
Someone
hey, Bob,
very wise.
how long should we have this mask? I don't know. Give it a year. Hey, Jill, how long should this shaman be? Hey, no longer than 30 days for that shaman. Not a day more. Bob and Jill are very Japanese names, by the way.
Called artificial scarcity. Look it up.
You get your Hisuian mask. Hey, if you're listening to this on Monday, you should still be able to download the Gastrodon from the North America International Championships. This was Eric's Gastrodon. Eric was the champion of the European International Championships that happened in April. I don't really. This is like the 7th Gastrodon distribution because Gastrodon wins. Gastrodon's on a lot of teams. Wins a lot. Good.
Ban the Don. Yes.
I do think this is like the 3rd Gastrodon in Sword and Shield specifically that you can download. There was like a Korean one that won. There was another. Anyways, I don't know how they do this. I would like to talk to one of these people where their Pokemon get picked and ask like, did you, out of the 6 Pokemon, where you like, I love the Don. The Don is the one I want people to download. I'm very curious why, because we just got, gosh, I could look at my Instagram feed because I make a graphic for each one of these. I swear we just got a Korean Gastrodon like 2 months ago. But yeah, I'm very curious of how these get picked. So we got Gastrodon, we got Clefairy, Grimmsnarl, Sableye. Those were pretty recent. There was a Charizard.
There's
That
always a
was
Charizard.
from Players Cup. There was a Porygon Z. There was a Colossal. There was a Torkoal. I'm still in Sword and Shield era. There was a Pikachu. There was a Toxtricity. There was another Pikachu. Well, that Pikachu was the Kaiba one. Maybe that Gastrodon was Ultra Sun, Ultra Moon. There's a poor. Oh, here it is. The Battle Ready Gastrodon until August 23rd. Sword and Shield. PJCS 2019 champ. PJCS. Gosh, I can't remember what tournament that was. There was an Amoonguss. There's a lot of distributions for Sword and Shield. Holy cow.
I mean, the game's been out for 2 centuries.
It's true. Did you know that the Isle of Armor came out exactly 2 years ago?
What? They should have done an event.
Yeah, they should have. They should have also gave us, like a week heads up or something on that event. Anyways, let's take a quick break.
When have they ever given a heads up?
They gave us a heads up that this Gastrodon was coming for distribution.
Well, people want Gastrodon.
That's true. People want the Don. Okay, we'll take a quick break. When we come back, we have some Pogo news. Ultra Beasts are coming, and Niantic is updating their way to ban people for cheating. We will be right back.
Good.
And we are back from our break. We got some Café remix news.
Yeah. Now
this is off
vertical.
Now finally vertical. This is off Sarumi.net. The Pokémon Café Remix second anniversary event has begun. First, Mewtwo's Hunger. It's a 1-minute cooking event. This event lets you earn legendary coins by completing the 1-minute cooking stages to then exchange in order to get the Pokemon Mewtwo. The delivery feature has received an update, including a poll which allows you to get a new outfit for Mew. This is only if you purchase the Insta Hire pack. The Mew outfit will only appear in standard delivery if you did. The instant hires give you a guaranteed Pokemon or a 5-star outfit on the 11th roll. 2 packs are now available to buy with golden acorns alongside of costumes for Eevee's fancy dress. 2 login bonuses are live, including one that will give you a costume for Eevee's fancy tuxedo on day 1. Finally, there is a challenge card that will give you a female Eevee upon completion alongside express delivery tickets. And a perfect transition is if you think Pokemon Go is a money-making machine and wants to just constantly rip you off, you are forgetting that Cafe Remix exists. I think the people still playing Cafe Remix like it, and you can definitely play the majority of the game without spending any money, for sure. It's just... If you like costumes and you like Pokemon, they are more than willing to take your money.
And if you don't care about any of those things, then you're better off.
This is off Pokemon Go Live. Ultra Beasts are coming to the Pokemon Go Fest celebrations around the world. This article is really weird, not because of the information, but because it seems like somebody hit the enter key a bunch of times in between. Lot. And if you look at other articles, it's not like this.
I blame it on the CMS.
Yeah. So it's like there was supposed to be more information that got taken away, or there were supposed to be images that aren't there. It's a very jarring. It's kind of hard. You just look at it and you're like, what happened here? Why is it one sentence and then 18 spaces after it? Trainers.
There's something hidden in the code.
That's true. Maybe the Ultra Beasts love
the schedule for when we're going to get to go to lunch.
Yeah.
Trainers, ultra wormholes are forming in the sky. We've noticed them appearing over Berlin, Seattle, and Sapporo. This can mean one more thing. Ultra Beasts are coming. Ultra Beasts are mysterious Pokemon originating from Ultra Space. One such Ultra Beast, Nihilego, has made their appearance during Go Fest. Trainers attending the following Go Fest can expect an encounter with Ultra Beasts as part of the special research. In Berlin, that will be Pheromosa. In Seattle, that will be Buzzwole. And in Sapporo, that will be Xurkitree. After seeing Ultra Beasts debut in their respective in-person Pokemon Go... Sorry, let me start that over. After these Ultra Beasts debut during their respective in-person Pokemon Go Fest events, they will appear globally later in the Season of Go. Still a bad name. Season of Go, I believe, ends at the end of August. So sometime between now till the end of August, ideally the world should be able to catch these three, because September 1st would be the new season. The most exciting thing here is Beast Balls are coming to Pokemon Go. Cooperation breeds innovation. After working together and to confront Nihilego, there's also not a space here. This whole article
this whole thing is just wild.
Somebody didn't edit it, or they copied and pasted out of the wrong word processor.
Of the Go Ultra Recon Squad has created a limited number of Beast Balls, a special kind of Pokeball, to help the in-person Go Fest attendees catch Ultra Beasts as part of the special research during the in-person Go Fest events. I think, I guess my speculation, there's not a lot here in this article that is badly formatted, is that to make the Ultra Beast special for in-person events, you catch it in a Beast Ball, and then outside of that, it will probably just be Premier Ball again, like Nihilego. So, like, the Beast Ball will be, like, the special thing.
Well, then why would they advertise the Beast Balls are coming to Pokemon Go if you're only
because it says that he created a limited number of Beast Balls to help in-person Go Fest attendees.
Well, then they advertised that the wrong way, and I want my money back. I'm suing.
Yep. Lawsuit.
Tickets on sale now. Tickets are limited and will be available for purchase. GoFest attendees may only purchase a ticket for one day of the event. Trainers can look forward to the GoFest finale on August 20th. Oh, this makes sense. All of them, they're all going to appear on the GoFest finale. That's probably, like they said before the end of the season. The season ends August 31st. This all makes sense now. Ticket holders, let's say you bought a ticket to an in-person Go Fest. You can enjoy the following: half the hatch egg distance when placed into incubators during the event, snapshot for surprises, event-themed field research. You will get event-themed stickers by spinning stops and opening gifts, and confetti, everyone's favorite feature, will appear on the in-game map. The following bonuses are also available to ticket holders for each in-person event during the event hours. Trainers at Seattle and Sapporo events will only have access to them during the park experience. 4 additional trades can be made with a maximum of 6 a day. Trades during the event will require less Stardust. 4 collection challenges will be themed into the in-park habitats. More event bonuses. So these are... Germany really did not get a good Go Fest here because they are left out of all of these bonuses.
What?
For ticket holding trainers at Seattle and Sapporo, the following event bonuses will be during the city experience. The ticket holders at Berlin will have access to these. Oh, so Berlin will get these for the entire event. Okay.
I was like, what? It says they're getting something.
Claim up to 9 raid passes by spinning photo discs. Team Rocket will be appearing more often. Defeating them will earn twice as many mysterious components. Can we just get a toggle at this point to turn Team Rocket on and off? Like, if there are days where like I just I don't plan on doing Team Rocket. I don't want to see Team Rocket. I don't care about their dumb balloon in the sky. I don't want them standing on top of my Pokemon spawns like they always do. Just give me like a toggle in the settings to be like, Team Rocket, off. Turn it off, turn it on. Turn it off, turn it on. Just hide. That has to be easy CSS, right?
If only defeat. First off, no. CSS would absolutely be the wrong thing. But they're an evil team designed to get in your way. If you could defeat them as easily as switching a switch off, it wouldn't be much of an evil team, and they're not much of an evil team as it is already.
Niantic, I will pay you $10 to add the switch to the game so I can press it.
There you go.
Well, that's what's going to be the subscription, right?
Yeah, if there's the subscription lets you toggle Team Rocket, I am in on day
Rocket
one.
Never appears if you pay for the subscription. You just get things dumped into your box.
Look out for these Pokemon at Pokemon Go Fest. Ultra Beasts are not the only exciting Pokemon appearing during our in-person celebration. Cowboy Hat Snorlax will be appearing in the wild, and they say, their words, not mine, yeehaw. Unknown ABELRST and you, welcome to this episode of Sesame Street. They will be appearing in the wild. If you're lucky, you may encounter a shiny one.
What does Able Rust mean?
Please be aware of your surroundings and follow guidelines from local health authorities while playing Pokemon Go.
So if I buy a ticket for Seattle but don't actually go to Seattle, do I get anything?
No.
You get the medal.
So no. The answer is no. You get the medal.
Because there's somebody who I want to trick into thinking that I'm actually going to Seattle, so they'll stop asking me to go to Seattle, but then I don't actually want to go to Seattle. You see what I'm saying?
You want to hang out with me in Seattle? I'd
No.
take you to that good pizza place that Greg and I went to.
No. I want to take a screenshot that says that here you go. This is the trick. You buy me the ticket.
Okay.
Then I can take a screenshot saying that I have the ticket, send it to them, and say, okay, fine, I'm going to Seattle. Stop asking me to go to Seattle, and then I just don't show up. Which, if you don't know, Will Toxic Work Environment Anderson, that's my mode of operation for quite a few things. I will lie to you and say that I'm going someplace and just never show up.
Yeah. I now know a bunch of people that are going to Seattle, and I'm kind of bummed that I'm not going. But
Why don't you go?
are you paying?
It's a very expensive trip. I'll tell you that
Yeah,
much.
exactly. I have a very expensive trip literally the next weekend.
I think I said this last week. I will say this again. I guess this is part of the off Pokemon Go Live meet and play with noble trainers in Berlin and Seattle. So the Niantic, whatever, they love their content creators. They reached out to me. I'm part of this meet and greet thing. So full disclosure, I will say this. Niantic did pay for my flight to Seattle, and they are paying for my hotel room for Seattle. And in return, I have to tell you that, and I have to tell you that we have to talk about it on the podcast. That's part of the legal agreement.
Like we weren't going to talk about it anyways. Man,
that's true.
They get ripped off.
And then we'll be doing they have like some meet and greet set up for me, which is like no one wants to meet me, but I don't, maybe, I guess. So their meet and greets with notable trainers will take place all 3 days of GoFest Berlin and GoFest Seattle. I will say I have nothing to do with GoFest Berlin. I bought my own flight for that. I bought my own hotel room for that. I believe Niantic is giving me a 3-day ticket for Berlin. That is it. I don't have to make any content. I'm not required to do any meet and greets. That trip is me. I paid for that myself. Seattle, that's the shill trip. That's the trip. That's the like big company pay for podcaster trip.
According to this, I could fly in on Saturday and leave on Sunday for a mere $500.
Hey, that's not too bad.
Not terrible, but it's not.
Pokemon Go for $500. Each trainer will have a designated time slot each day, provide everyone ample opportunity to meet, greet, autographs, all that stuff. Berlin's trek will start on June Community Day 25th. So yeah, they just talk about these meet and greets. For myself, where is the Seattle stuff here? I don't even know what time I'm supposed to be showing up for things. Here we go. I will be on Friday. You can meet me from 4 to 6 Pacific time, I guess. Yeah, Pacific. Yeah, 4 to 6 local time in Seattle. I think it's Pacific. So that would be Friday, Saturday, the same time, 4 to 6, and then Sunday, the same time, 4 to 6. So I will be there at. I don't know what it looks like. Are they putting me in a tent? I don't know. I don't know anything.
Are they putting you in a tent? Yes.
They're putting you in a tote.
Are they putting me in direct sunlight and say, like, you need to sit here for 2 hours and only 3 people are going to come up and say hi? Yeah, probably. Like, I don't know what they're doing.
I don't think the words direct sunlight and Seattle are ever used in the same sentence. As far as I've never been, but as far as I understand the culture there, that's how it operates.
There is sun.
There is sun, yes.
I wish I was rich.
Yeah.
I would do a $500 day trip if I had unlimited funds.
There was, I think the best part about this announcement was there is a, I don't know if you guys have heard of this person. Their name is Fleece King. They were the first person to get to level 50 in Pogo. They catch like 2,000 Pokemon a day. They usually catch like 10 shiny Pokemon a day. They're a very, I want to say the word aggressive, but that sounds negative. They're just very, dedicated, I think, to the cause. And they tweeted that they were upset that Niantic did not pick them for this meetup. And I have 2 thoughts on that. Like, as somebody who makes content and somebody who not only has had traditional jobs, but like, around people that get opportunities that you don't. Again, I don't think this applies for a content creator. I've worked a 9 to 5 where I'm like, why did these 3 people get picked for this thing when I am way more qualified? But why did they not ask me? But that happens a lot in content creation. Like, why did Nintendo partner with these 5 content creators? Why didn't they think of me? I don't think the pick me energy is ever good to put out there. That's my personal belief of like, I get passed up for opportunities all the time. I don't think tweeting about it is the right thing. But they decided like, hey, they were upset that Niantic didn't pick them. That's not the point of the story. The point of the story is somebody tweeted to Fleece King and said, I know everyone on this list except for that Steve guy. And I was like, what do you mean?
Get wrecked.
Come on. There are other Pokemon podcasts on this list. Like, what do you mean you've never heard of me? So that was really funny to me that like somebody was like, I've heard of all these people except for that one Steve guy.
I mean, to be fair, you're not a Go specific person.
Yeah, that's true. The other 2 podcasts that Niantic had picked are specific Go podcasts from like start to finish. I think I've been on both of their shows.
I want to find this tweet now because this is hilarious.
I should have favorited it. I tweeted at them and I said, "Hello, I'm the Steve guy."
Fleece King. I'm trying to find it.
Yeah, but yeah, where I'm like, I think almost every content creator here is specifically a Go content creator. And, we talk about Go a lot, sometimes whole segments of our episodes are dedicated to Go. And we've all been playing Go since day one. We all are above that level 40. I think we've all hit every single community day. I play Pokemon Go every day. I know Greg has their complaints with Go. But we are not a Go specific podcast. We cover all Pokemon news. When I stream on Twitch, I don't specifically stream Go. I don't specifically stream TCG. I don't specifically stream shiny hunting. Like I try to do everything. So I think that's always kind of what we started as, and as Pokemon has gotten bigger and bigger, you know, people try to niche down. And for me, you know, I felt I had a very big competitive hole in my knowledge. So that's why I got a personal coach to get better at like the battling aspect, so I could fill that niche as well. Did you find the tweet?
I found it. I know everyone here except for the Steve fella, which is like a perfect sentence. Fella.
There was a lot of setup to that story, but you know, I don't even know how I found it. I was just like, oh, let me see. Like, it's whatever. So if you're going to Seattle, I will be there on Papa Niantic's dime. If you are going to Berlin, please feel free to find me, say hi to me. I'm literally going to these events to meet people. Don't feel like you're like I'm too busy. I'm literally playing Pokemon Go. I have more than enough time to say hi and chat with you. I'm excited. I'm very, very nervous to go to Germany. It's the first time I'm traveling overseas by myself, but yeah, the plan when I get to Germany is to stream that experience. I have the stream backpack. It's supposed to be 8 hours, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. I'm still trying to work with a company to get a hotspot there, or try to figure out how I can get good enough data to upload to Twitch, and so you guys can watch. So I think everything's going to work out. We still got a week before that trip, so excited and nervous, but still plenty of time to book your overpriced ticket it's not Niantic's fault. It's whatever domestic airfare in the United States right now is pretty ridiculous. When I tried to go to Indiana, it was like $700. When I tried to go to Ohio, it was $700. I think my ticket to Seattle that Niantic paid for was like $800. Like it is really hard. And my Germany ticket was $1,000. Like, it's really hard to find good slash cheap slash affordable airfare right now. I don't know why. Final bit of Pokemon Go news. This is off NianticLabs.com. An update on Niantic's gameplay policy enforcement. We want to start off this note by saying thank you to our players for your patience and understanding as we continue to work to facilitate a fun and fair environment for everyone. We've heard your feedback and feel your frustration on how cheating behaviors negatively impact your gameplay experience. It has been a little while since our most recent update from the beginning of 2021 on our efforts to prevent cheating in our games, and we wanted to share what we've been working on. Our last post was focused primarily on sharing a broad overview of the actions we have taken to punish accounts we found to be cheating in multiple Niantic games. Since then, we've invested in becoming better at observing cheating behavior, and we can no more reliably pinpoint these activities with higher speed and accuracy, preventing legitimate players from being punished incorrectly. As a result, we will be ramping up our enforcement against these behaviors across all our games, rolling out an improvement for an anti-cheat. We are starting now by taking action against a number of accounts we found in violations with our terms of service or player guidelines during a recent in-game events in Pogo. They probably mean GoFest. This is only the first step in implementing our improved cheating behavior detection and enforcement systems. These improvements will be integrated into all Niantic games to detect and punish players on a consistent and ongoing basis, rather than in waves as we had in the past. Looking ahead, we continue to improve our methods and process to ensure we are staying ahead of any new behaviors that allow players to unfairly exploit game rules. Please note, only official versions of the game are available in the Google Play Store, Apple App Store, and some Samsung Galaxy Store. Note, we do not support jailbroken or rooted devices or third-party apps. If you are unsure about which behaviors are acceptable, please refer to our player guidelines, the Niantic team. Obviously, they're not going to say how they're going to find cheaters, because then people will be like, okay, let's just not do that.
Correct. They cannot give the details.
I haven't heard of any bans going out, but they did say they're not doing this in waves anymore. I don't know what they're looking for, right? Like, there was that situation where they released Mesprit, Azelf, and Uxie in the wild before they were in raids and Pogo, and there were people that were like, I got all three within like the first hour.
Yeah.
And it's like, those are the cheaters. Like, it would be impossible to get those three. But they didn't get banned, right? Like, I don't know what Niantic is specifically looking for. Obviously, if somebody's streaming on Twitch and they're obviously streaming themselves, spoofing.
I mean, do we know that they didn't get caught in a later ban? Like,
yeah, that's true. But
so the hard thing is, like, I mean, there's two worlds out there, right? If your toxic work environment, Will Anderson, and somebody goes on social media and says, I caught all three, you ban them. You figure out who they are and you ban them.
You immediately ban them.
If your softer, gentler world of 2022, which I can't believe I have to live in the same universe as, you say, well, maybe they're fibbing and they used Photoshop to make it look like they had all three, so we can't really ban them because that's not proof. No. That's not the world I want to live in. Ban everybody. Much like I do with my Twitter account.
yeah, I mean, like, there are people who play with 2, 3, 4 devices, and that's technically against the terms of service. Look, me personally, I already give Pogo enough money. 1 device is more than enough. Could I get more shinies with 2 devices? Sure. Could I get, better shiny luck by having 2 devices out? Sure. But I know what will happen. What will happen is like, I'm not, this is my free account. I'm not giving any money. And then all of a sudden a Go Fest comes up, or all of a sudden, a paid event comes up, and it's like, well, I could. No. 1 account for me. The only person that's winning in multiple device situations is Niantic. You're eventually going to break that seal on that second account or that third account, and you're going to start giving that account money. And I don't think that's what Niantic is looking for. 1, because they're getting money from those people. But 2, it's really not that big of a deal. I think what they're looking for are these people that are jumping around the country, getting perfect IVs, getting not perfect, but like the correct IVs for Go Battle League, or abusing the systems in whatever way that gives them. There is that unfair advantage in GBL if you have the ability to jump around, specifically with ways to get candy for that, or ways to get specific Pokemon you're looking for. I think if it was just if GBL didn't exist, it probably wouldn't be that big of a deal, because like, you go to the park and somebody says they have like 2,000 shinies and you only have like 5. It's like, is that really affecting your game experience? No, it's just that's their dedication that they've put in. But yeah, I guess we'll see how this works. I think suppose
the easiest way that they, or like a baseline of a way that they can be looking for spoofers, is they compare the GPS of where a Pokemon spawned. So if they include that in some of the Pokemon data somehow, and where your IP address is coming from, since that is somewhat location dependent, and say, wait a minute, this IP address couldn't have existed at this location simultaneously, so clearly that's a GPS spoofer.
Just take the game down. Ban them all.
Yes.
Start over. Nuke it from orbit and let's start over.
Ban me so I can
Pokemon
get
Go down.
like 20 minutes of free time back in my day.
Just shut the entire game down.
Yep.
I think that's all the news we have this week. So yeah, let's jump to question of the week.
Question of the week. It's time to let you know it's that time in the show.
Now, just got it in right under the wire before June's over.
Hey, I know my timing. Janine and I are great at calendars.
This is from our Slack. This is from Brandon. What is your favorite and least favorite mechanic in any video game? Any, not specifically Pokemon, any video game. Can I say crafting? Crafting kind of sucks.
You can say anything you want, sir. You may be wrong, but you can say anything you want.
I want to say crafting.
As your least favorite or favorite?
Even in like Legends Arceus, like, yeah, you can go around and collect all the ore and the rocks and the red ore and just let me buy the Pokeballs.
I mean, you can just buy the Pokeball.
Yeah, but like I have all the stuff, and then you go to the seller in Legends, and they'll sell you the stuff that you can pick up, and it's cheaper to buy the 2 items and then craft the Pokeball than just buying the Pokeball. But like, I have the money just to buy the stuff. You're just giving me like 2. I have to buy 2 things, and then I have to go out, and then I have to go to the crafting thing, and then I gotta crank the slider.
But you don't have to. Just
and the only
pay the higher price and buy the balls. They're like, you don't like crafting? For $5 more, you don't have to craft. And Steve is still like, I don't like this mechanic. This is bad.
But I want to optimize my money.
I want to say my least favorite in general are things like talent trees. Because there's always an optimal path. Most talent trees are like, here's the good one, and then we had to have 2 other options, and they're both garbage.
That's a good one. Can I change my answer?
You locked in. Final answer happened a while ago. My favorite? What do I always enjoy? I mean, the catching mechanic in Pokemon is the thing that I always go to, and if any game has it, I always use it.
I think my favorite is just collecting. I like a game that I can collect, but I want to be rewarded for collecting. Like the Pokédex in Legends, you do get Arceus for collecting them all, but if you want to like perfect the Pokédex and perfect all 243 Pokemon or however many are in that game, you don't get anything for it. There's no reward for perfecting.
I would have to say that my favorite mechanic in any video game is rolling. I love a smooth, continuous, uninterrupted roll. Heck yeah. Just days, hours I have spent. Love it.
Will spend.
It's true, because my days of rolling have not ended. So I would say my least favorite mechanic is actually a non-mechanic in a way, but it's when a game is open world and there's no gating to keep you out of places that you can't survive, and it's like you go into that place, any creature there immediately kills you, and the autosave doesn't take you back out of that place. Like you restore and you're still in that area, and it's like, well, now I'm just really, really trapped in the world of misery. Fallout 4, I'm calling your name.
That was my experience with Fallout 3. Fallout 3, I had an experience where the game, I was stuck in a canyon, like I couldn't climb the walls, so I could either go north or south. And north had those like death claw things, and they would like one shot you. But if I went south, the game would crash.
Oh, good design.
That's most Bethesda games. Is like
my most hated. I was gonna say it can't be a bug, but it's like my most hated game mechanic was when I played Final Fantasy X, and got about halfway through the game, and my save file corrupted, and like there was nothing I could do.
Yeah.
I would have to restart the game, and I was like, I'm not going to restart this game. The whole swimming blitzball thing or whatever, I hate this. I don't ever want to do it again. And no.
I love blitzball so much. And Brent would play the game, and when it got to the blitzball parts, he would hand the controller over to me, and then I would just do all the blitzball parts. Because I enjoyed the heck out of blitzball. I don't know why, I just did.
The one thing, actually, I changed my mind on the thing I dislike.
Oh my word.
This is a thing in like, I know that this was a complaint for Sword and Shield where people were like, the game is very linear. But I like that in video games, because I think of when I was playing Elden Ring, and you go into one of those caves and it breaks off into two parts. And you know one part takes you to the end and the other part is just a dead end, and it's usually nothing over there. And it's like, yeah, it's not linear, but like I hate the choice of like, do I go left or right? Left is like the dead end area, but right is where I need to go. But if I go right away, what am I missing in the left? And there's nothing ever good in the left. And
according to you.
No, in Elden Ring, you spend 8 hours in a cave to get a wand that you can't even use because you're an axe user. Like I would rather
it was
just have
called Wand Cave, so I don't know why you would.
Have you ever heard the expression of it's not the destination, it's what you've enjoyed along the way?
No, I don't enjoy the stress of needing to know if I need to go left or right. I just want to. I'm here now. I want to get through the whole cave. I want to make sure I didn't miss anything.
Put
Gobbler.
saying useless wand to the right.
Yeah, at least tell me the useless one is to the right.
Somebody,
I don't know. I would rather just
sweatshirt for this man that just says "Game Gobbler." It says, "I'm not interested in your story. Just get me to the end."
I don't want the choices. I don't want the stress. Give me.
Hey, TPCI, all that money you've been spending on world building, get it back. Don't waste your money on world building, because this man has no interest in your world.
A pretty tree that you climb up, and each branch has the Pokemon that's new to the region. Catch it and move on.
This was from 2 weeks ago. This is from YouTube. If you're watching on YouTube, thank you. If you haven't liked, subscribed, commented, now's the chance to do it. This is from Riley. We've had high quality official Pokeballs on Pokemon Center. What other items would you like to be seen made? I would love a figure of a King's Rock.
Luxury ball.
I mean, it's coming, Greg. It's coming.
Is it?
Yeah, it has to be coming.
Is it? They're gonna go through all the crappy apricorn balls before they give me a luxury ball. I'm trying to think of the million of items. What item I would? I mean, they just did all the stones, and I'm into that.
You know, they haven't done like a really good Pokedex. I don't really care which one, but like they do like the Tiger electronic like plastic ones with like the calculator screen and like the 5 sound effects that it does. But they haven't done like a high quality Pokedex anything. I don't know what it would be. Like I don't know if it needs to be functional or not functional. I don't know. Like I know they have like, again, like Etsy probably has like plastic iPhone cases where it looks, but like something official, like something high quality official. I think that would be cool.
I want a Z crystal bracelet or a Mega Stone holder that's actual jewelry.
Ooh,
I was gonna say Mega Stone
yeah.
stuff.
I want a TM CD case, and the TMs all play a single that's related to the TM that it's supposed to be.
And then it self-destructs after one
Yep.
time use.
And then you play it once, and the disc frosts over, and you never be played again.
Yeah, I think the Megastone would be good still. Like, Megastones would be really cool. Like, high-quality Megastones.
Ooh, what if they made all the flutes?
Would that be stepping on, like, the ocarina's toes? That's, like, the one thing Zelda has going is, like, their ocarinas that they...
Look,
Do
they also
make-
make swords and shields.
Yeah, they don't make high quality ocarinas.
Did you guys ever get Nintendo Power back in the day? Greg had to have gotten Nintendo Power.
I got some.
And then, like, they always had the ad in Nintendo
Oh, yeah,
Power
yeah.
for an ocarina. And I would, I would be like, Mom, can I get the, Mom, no ocarinas allowed. That's not a real instrument. That's a video game instrument.
I mean, it's a real instrument.
Well, not to my mom, it wasn't.
Well, and
What if they
what
just
real
did all the
instrument did
stars?
she allow you to learn?
No, and I have no musical talent.
Exactly.
What about all the orbs?
Like Lustrous Orb and Giratina Orb.
Yeah,
and
the Greaseous
Grizius.
orb. What about heel powder? Just a bag of Lickamade.
I'm surprised they
Somebody
haven't-
once sold me a bottle of Sand Attack, which was literally a glass bottle filled
Yeah,
with like side of
that
the
was
road
garbage.
dirt scrapings.
Have they done good replicas of the fossils? The fossils?
No, that
I
would be
like.
cool.
That would be cool.
That would be cool. Pokemon of the Week.
Oh, dang. Well, I mean, as I said earlier in this program, I would be referring back to the Steve's statement of we have to refer to Yu-Gi-Oh! At least once per episode. And during last week's episode, we didn't refer to Yu-Gi-Oh! Once until we got to Pokemon of the Week. And I literally said, we have to have one referral to this, and then read a whole bunch of Yu-Gi-Oh! Stuff. It wasn't a Pokemon, kids. It was a Yu-Gi-Oh! Do either of you know which Yu-Gi-Oh!
I
it
know
was?
what it is.
Okay. Which Yu-Gi-Oh! is it?
It's
Machine Dramon. Wait, no, that's a Digimon. Blue Eyes White Dragon.
It's Abyssal King Shark.
Abyssal King Shark. Congratulations, Greg Leatherman. You got it, and you've never even played Yu-Gi-Oh! In your life.
I've watched
Did you
all the
just dab
series.
on this podcast?
Yes, he did a dab.
I did a bad.
All right, there's no
what
there's
trivia do we have about Abyssal King
there's no
Shark?
trivia.
Let's look it up.
There's nothing. Trust me. I've been there. I'll give you this week's Pokemon. Here we go. While growing berries in Kalos, it is possible for 6 Pokemon to be found in your fully grown berry trees rustling the tree. Of these, only one has a single evolution that is not influenced by or dependent upon the Pokemon's gender. And just to make it clear, because people get a little confused by single evolution, I mean, it can only evolve once. It's not going to evolve twice. It's not going to evolve and then evolve again. It only evolves once.
Some breaking news here at the North America International Championships. Somebody brought a deck consisting of the oversized cards.
All of them?
All 60 cards were oversized. Here's
Is that
the
even
size
po-
difference.
How can you get oversized energies?
They had no energies, so the deck was pretty much unplayable. They just had 60 oversized cards.
These are the kind of people that I choose not to associate with. That is the nicest way of me stating that statement.
They They said they lost game 1. The opponent scooped on game 2 to force a game 3. and then the deck proceeded to get checked. They then said their judge returned and said, "We're not sure if this is playable, but finish the round and talk to us afterwards."
That's going to ruin the winning player's elo because your best out of 3 counts towards your elo.
Talked with the judging staff afterwards. If I didn't drop, I might have received a DQ for marked cards. The oversized cards aren't cut as high as a standard card. Some cards could easily be identified.
Were they not sleeved?
No, which I actually think is a rule. I think that is a rule that you need to have a sleeved deck to participate. There's no way they don't update the rules now. But that's the thing is like they're going to update the rules to say that these oversized cards are not allowed. There's nothing in the rules that says you can't use them. Anyways, thanks for listening. Thanks for making it to the end of the show. I'll be streaming on Twitch the next couple days here before Germany, and then we should be streaming GoFest in Germany. So if you're one of the EU viewers that watch me on Twitch, get ready for 3 EU friendly streams as I will be on your time zone, and I believe GoFest starts at 10 a.m. And then it's 3 o'clock now when we're finishing this, which means it would be 10 o'clock in Berlin. So even if you're in the U.S., you should be able to catch most of the streams for GoFest. Really fingers crossed, hoping my stream backpack will work there and everything. I would imagine, in my head, I think that America just has the worst internet ever and other countries do it better. So I don't know. Maybe Germany has great internet. I'm not sure. We'll find out when I get there.
Germany has great internet.
But Greg is at White Wing on Twitter. Will is at Watching the Sink. I am at Dragging a Lake. If you want to follow the podcast on Twitter at PKMNcast, also Instagram, TikTok, YouTube. I do put out weekly YouTube content, including this podcast, PKMNcast. And yeah, thank you for listening. Happy Pride Month. We will see you guys next week. This has been another episode of the Pokemon Podcast, and we are
super effective.
Super get to know that Steve fellow.